This is our nature studies video. You will need two pieces of paper. This one and this one, they almost look the same. So go ahead and put pause and go get those pieces of paper. They're inside your binder under Monday. Okay, so go get those. While you go get those, I am going to teleport them and share my screen. Okay, so you all see this flower, and you all are probably wondering, what are we going to do with the soil that I gave you and the planters that I gave you and some of the seeds that I gave you? Well, sorry to disappoint you today, but we are not doing that today. Today we're going to be learning about plants. We're going to be learning about the parts of a plant. And after we do that, then tomorrow we get to start planting. Okay? So I want to talk about a plant. There are different parts of a plant. These roots down here, which you will slowly start to see when you start planting your plant, is that your plant is going to start developing some roots. Not so long, but you will start to see some roots. And the roots are what anchor the plant to the ground. It's what helps the plant ground itself. It helps it gets minerals and water from the soil, and it also stores the food for the plant. In order for the plant to grow, in order for the plant to be alive, it needs air, it needs sunlight, and it needs water. Again, what are the three things that it needs? It needs air, it needs sunlight, and it needs water. And the roots are what grab all those nutrients and give it to the plants. It's almost like our veins inside our body. We have veins, and our veins help us get all the things in our body get to where they need to be. So these are the roots down here. I want you to grab your finger, your pointer finger, and go ahead and put your finger across the roots. And say the word with me, roots. This is a root. 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 And this is a root. Roots are very important for a plant. It is what helps them grow and live. Boys and girls, do you think trees have roots? Yes, some trees are very old, and the older the tree is, the bigger and deeper the roots get, because the roots go inside the soil and they just stretch as far as they can down into the soil. Now let's look at this. What are these, boys and girls? These are leaves. I'm going to go ahead and color it. You can go ahead and do that too if you have your crayons nearby. This is my leaf right here. My leaf. My leaves are usually always what color, boys and girls? You're right, they're almost always green. Good. Here's another leaf right here. Go ahead and color that leaf green. And leaves absorb carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. So, boys and girls, when we breathe in, so I want you to breathe in, 1, 2, 3. And now I want you to breathe out. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Now breathe out. Breathe in. Now breathe out. Good. When we breathe in oxygen. And when we breathe out carbon dioxide. Can you say that with me? Carbon dioxide. So let's breathe in oxygen. And now let's breathe out carbon dioxide. Good. Your body is so awesome. God gave us such a beautiful and awesome body that it works in so many different ways. So let's breathe in oxygen again. And let's breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay. So plants, leaves, give off oxygen. So they put out the oxygen in the air. The leaves put out the oxygen in the air. And guess what we do with that oxygen? We breathe it in, and it's so good for our bodies. So the leaves release oxygen, and then we breathe it in, and we exhale carbon dioxide. Can you say that word with me? Carbon dioxide. We will exhale carbon dioxide, and guess what the leaf is going to do? The leaf is going to breathe it in. It's going to absorb the carbon dioxide. So it kind of does the opposite of what we do. The leaf, the plant will give us oxygen, and then we will give it carbon dioxide, and back and forth and back and forth. Isn't that awesome? Okay, our roots are brown, so let's go ahead and color our roots before we continue. Roots are brown because they are in the ground. And roots can get to be very long. Hopefully, if we come back, I want to take you guys on a field trip to go see some really big trees. Hopefully, we'll get to see their roots. Okay, great. Now let's go on to the stem. You guys point to the stem with your pointer finger. Point to it. That's the stem. Point to the stem. Now I want you to grab your pointer finger and run your finger all the way down to the stem and say, this is the stem. Say it with me. This is the stem. This is the stem. Say it out loud with me, please. This is the stem. Good. And the stem is almost always green, so I'm going to color that green too. So go ahead and color that green. And a stem carries food downward and water and minerals upward. So the stem helps the plant get food. It's kind of like our throat. When we eat food, our throat helps the food go down to our stomach. When we eat food, our throat, our esophagus helps us take down the food that we just ate and take it down to the stomach. So the stem is the same way. It's kind of like the throat, and it helps the plant take down food, and then the water that it gets helps the water go up. Isn't that neat? Now let's look at the flower. The flower's at the top. Point to the flower with your finger. Good job. The flower uses food in the production of seeds. The seeds continue the life cycle. So the flower produces seeds. It produces seeds. So the flower will make seeds. And you will have seeds, right? You have those little tiny seeds that I gave you. And those seeds, if you plant them again, will make a new flower. So the seeds the flower makes helps us have more flowers, right? The seeds, the flower will make the seeds, then we will collect the seeds and plant it, and then there will be more flowers. And then that flower will make more seeds, and then we will use those seeds and then put them in the ground and then make another flower. Isn't that awesome? So I think I'm going to color this flower yellow. I'm going to color the petals yellow. So you can go ahead and color it any color that is beautiful. Any color that you think might be the color of a petal. Do you think like a Do you think if I colored it like a hot pink like this, that's beautiful? If I colored it like super, super pink? Well, this color is beautiful, but do you think flowers are this color? Not all flowers. So make sure that you pick a flower, a color for your petal that is actually the color of a real petal. Have you ever seen a black petal on a flower? No. So don't go coloring it black because flower petals are not black. Now I know there are colors that people dye the flowers with, meaning they change the color, but not always are they those bright colors. In the middle, I think I'm gonna make it a little bit brown. A little bit of brown and a little bit of green. So we'll kind of go like that, and then I'll kind of go like this. And there you go. There are the plants, parts of the plant. So now what I want you to do today is you have 2 sheets. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So for this one, you're going to need your scissors and your glue stick. So go ahead and grab that right now. Put pause and go get your scissors and your glue stick. Go get them. Okay, now that you're back, you have your scissors and your glue stick. Boys and girls, we're not going to use these until after we're done. After we're done coloring. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to cut, let me stop this. We are going to cut these words down here, okay? So that's the first thing that we're gonna do. So watch me do it, and then you can do it, okay? So watch me do it, and then you can do it. Watch me do it, and then I will tell you when you can cut. Do you see how I'm cutting along the line? Good. And whenever you're cutting with scissors, make sure that you're holding it the right way, okay? So I'm not gonna cut these. I'm just gonna set them aside. So now it's your turn. I want you to go ahead and cut that. Go ahead and cut just like that. If you need more time, go ahead and put pause. Pause right now. Okay, boys and girls, now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut our flower. We're gonna cut around. I just want you to watch right now. We're gonna cut around these boxes. Careful. We're even gonna cut around the title. So be careful when you're cutting around those boxes. Okay, so let's go over. That's our flower. How beautiful. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut the title. Don't forget the title. I'm going to cut that title. Now you go ahead and cut the title, and you go ahead and cut that flower for me, please. And go ahead and put pause while you do that. Go ahead and put pause right now. And go ahead and cut the flower. Okay, now that we're back, let's continue. So let's go ahead and color, just like we colored the other plant. So our roots are gonna be brown, so we're gonna go ahead and color that brown. So go ahead and color that. Color that brown. These are our roots. Can you say that with me? These are our roots. So go ahead and grab your crayons and color the roots. Good. Good job. Now we're gonna grab our green crayon and we're gonna color the leaves. So go ahead and color those leaves. Go ahead and color those leaves. Make sure to grab your piece of paper with your other hand, just like when you write. Put it to the side, and then you can go ahead and color. And that way the sheet doesn't move. Now move your hand as you color. These are our leaves. Can you say that with me? These are the leaves. Good. Now, we're gonna go ahead and color our stem. So go ahead and color that stem green. If I'm going too fast, go ahead and put pause. Put pause right now and finish coloring that, okay? Put pause right now and finish coloring your roots and your plant. Sorry, your roots, your leaves, and your stem. Okay. Okay, now that you've finished coloring your roots, your leaves, and your stem, let's go ahead and color our petals. Like I said, you can go ahead and grab any color you want for your petals. Just make sure that it is beautiful and that it is a real color for a flower. So I was given the example of you shouldn't be using black. That should not be a color you should be using for your petals because that's not real, right? We want to color things that are real. So yellow is a real color. You might even want to color it, you could color it pink, like a nice color pink. I think yellow is a good color. And then I'm gonna color the top part where the seeds are. And I'm gonna color that a little bit of green and a little bit of brown. Okay, so go ahead and put pause right now, and if you need more time to color that flower, you can go ahead and take more time to color that flower. Okay, now that you're done coloring your flower and it looks like this, now I want you to go put pause and get your Nature Studies journal. So go get your Nature Studies journal. Okay, now that you're back and you have your Nature Studies journal, you're gonna open it to the next page that is open. So remember, we have our leaves, and we're gonna open it to the next page. Miss Santana only did one leaf, so if you have more than, you should have 3, but I only have 1. So open it to the next blank page. You're going to flip it, just like the one in the first one. You're gonna flip it, and this is where we're gonna use our glue stick, okay? So I want you to grab our glue stick and glue the flower. You might wanna close the book first. So just grab the glue stick and glue it. Glue, 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 glue. Careful, you don't wanna rip your piece of paper. You might need some help from your parents for this one. So you open it, and then you're gonna put your flower right there. Go ahead and paste your flower. Go ahead and paste it. Then the next thing that you're gonna grab is your title. And you're gonna glue that as well. Just be careful. Grab your title, and you're gonna glue it on the top. Okay, if you need a little bit more glue, go ahead and put some more glue on. Okay, now comes the fun part. So now that it is glued and colored, now we are going to grab this. So now I want you, just watch right now. Right now I just want you to watch. I don't want you to cut. Also, if you have not finished doing this, put pause and finish gluing. Okay, now that you finish gluing, you are going to you're going to cut these to squares or rectangles. Now that you have these, I want you to label. You're gonna glue them. So the flower, let me glue. Glue, 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 glue. Where is the flower? Is this where the flower should go? No. What about over here? No, our flower should go up here. So go ahead and paste that. What about the leaves? Can I put them down here? No. What about up here? No. Okay. Where can I put my leaves? What about right here? It's a good spot. Okay. What about our stem? Now the stem is a little tricky, so maybe we can put it on this side. So go ahead and glue and paste. Good. And then our roots are down here. So let's go ahead and glue that. If I'm going too fast, put pause. I'm going too fast, put pause right now so that you can see what it looks like. Okay. Now that everything's glued on, everything's labeled right, you are done for the day, my friends. And tomorrow we get to plant our own plant and see it grow, see the roots, see the leaves grow, see the stem grow, and see the flower hopefully blossom. Okay, so that is it. This is how your flower page should look like. Here's the page of a leaf, and then this is how it should look like. Thank you very much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Totus tuus, Maria.